I do want to say there are some stuff you can make in engineering, like pets or something like that. So, but again, mining and engineering. I've only ever leveled mining to level like jewel crafting and blacksmithing. I've never tried to sell the ore because when it comes down to it, it seems like you spend a lot of time mining ore, and if I mine ore, I want to use it. I don't want to sell it. So that's just my take on that, though. Oh, I'm only 5 levels away. I forgot about that. So let's do has skill up. Oh yeah, yesterday I was trying to do this, and to get that silver charm bracelet or the preserved ogre eye, you have to go somewhere. So I'm just gonna do it like this. This tune right here is 80. I actually only have one level 85, as sad as that sounds. I've never ripped this guy off. Let's rip him off. I got 19 gold from the guy in the auction house the other day. $21 from this guy, so he's even more of a sucker. Almost 22. No, I actually don't even PvP that much. So what happened was I played vanilla, TBC. I really didn't play that much Lich King, and kind of obviously caught like the tail end of Cata because I just what am I trying to say here? A friend of mine scrolled me like 4 or 5 months ago. So with the scroll, I rolled a druid, which got me a free 80, and I rolled on his server, so none of my alts were over here. So what happened? So I leveled the druid to 85, and I did PvE on that. We did a bunch of the raids, like 25-man raids, Dragon Soul and stuff like that, and redid a bunch of like the Lich Kings type stuff. So then I moved a couple, maybe just one of my characters over. Yeah, just one. Then I rolled a mage and leveled it with my friend, and it's level 51. Then I rolled a DK just so I could have it for the professions. And then I kind of took a break. Got busy at work and stuff. I took a break for like maybe a month. Like I was still logged on, but I really wasn't that hardcore. So, and then I guess like maybe 3 weeks ago, I did recruit a friend on 2 other characters. I bought them the battle chest, which is only $5, by the way, and then I bought them Lich King for, I think it was like $10, or maybe, yeah, $10. So $15 on two alts, and then I leveled my priest, which is what I'm on now, to 80 with those. And I mean, even with using this in the auction house a lot, I still only have 3 days, 3 hours, 29 minutes. On the other ones that I didn't use for auction house, I only used for leveling. I think I went from 1 to 80 in just over 2 days, maybe like 2 days, 10 hours or something like that. So that's freaking just awesome. I didn't realize how fast you level, but if you have the extra money and you can dual box, it's well worth it. All right, McKinnon, thanks for stopping by. Have a good night, and come back and watch me. I'll be on tomorrow morning, bright and early, 6 o'clock Eastern. So I don't know what time that is your time. Yeah, good. Yeah, have a good morning. Exactly. So yeah, basically what that did was it left me with a bunch of alts that aren't 85 yet. But I do want my priest to be my priest or my mage. I can't decide. My mage is only level 51, but since I recruited a friend, I can power level it to 80. So yeah, a really good friend of mine. He played shaman. He's played as shaman since vanilla, and he's absolutely loved it. And I guess this last patch he really didn't like what they did. I'm not real like good at knowing all the classes and what they do and stuff like that, but my friend, he's really only ever played shaman. He had a mage that was level 80, and I think he went ahead and leveled it to 85. And I think he switched from arcane to fire and like almost doubled his DPS in like PvE. Well, even PvP too. I think he PvPs on it. So I was like, that's awesome. And I'm gonna say always. I used to like melee. My first character was a warrior. It's on my other server. And then I switched to this paladin, which rep pallies back in the day used to be OP. Like, they used to be so fun. I mean, I guess they probably still are now. I really haven't taken the time to like figure them out. So yep, exactly. I remember I guess it was in Lich King. You could be like level 80 and you could take on like, oh crap. I'm trying to level this a little bit to 60 and like all the way up to here, so like 99% into 60, and I'm about to die. So when I do my free levels, it'll level me up all the way to 80 and 99%, and then I can be 81 like really fast. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm sure I could level this DK like really fast. I've really kind of burned out on leveling, and with the free levels, it's going to be easy to get it to 80, and then I'll park it to at 80 for a while. I don't really care about leveling it past that for now, but I do want to get it to 80. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the rep alleys, absolutely, just so fun to play. You could demolish stuff. You could take on what, like 10. You could be level 80 and you could take on 10 level 80 of mobs, like no problem. Never lose health. Now DK is really like that too, though, so. I've never been a huge fan of Battlegrounds. I've did them, but I suck so bad at PvP on WoW. I don't really play it. I didn't know that though. I mean, I would assume that Ret was overpowered in Battlegrounds as well, but I've always hated Battlegrounds for the fact of rogues and warlocks. Yeah, that is true. I do play some PvP, but not a lot. I've really been focusing on getting alts up so I can get their professions up. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure I will play a lot of PvP when Mist comes out. Hopefully on my priest. Oh really, what can you do to rogues to piss them off? What the hell? Do I not have any mail? Oh yeah. Okay, so this is cool. Looks like quite a few things sold. I didn't know rogues were nerfed. I still thought they were like the bastard assassination rogues that would come and slap you in the, or stun you, and then you couldn't move, and you just have to sit there and take damage like a bitch. Alright, so that was sales on that. 45.10. That's not bad. I'm stuck. Okay, well, that's better. I guess the thing is, though, there's always going to be at least one bastard class that just pisses you off. So if it's not rogues, it's going to be something else. You know, I really haven't tried to look and see which lists are selling the best. I'm just remaking the ones that sell. And, I don't know if there's a best one yet. So, oh, mage is really okay. Well, that's good. So I have a mage, so I can piss people off now. So this is what I was talking about earlier. I haven't bought any 80 or 77 to 80 catagreens in 24 hours now, and there are literally probably 20 of them. So I'm gonna buy every one of these because I just sold like 15 of them. So I'm gonna buy all these. I was saying earlier that I usually buy these using the remote auction house throughout the day, but I haven't. I didn't yesterday at all, and I did it. At first, I did it because I was being lazy, and then I was like, well, you know what? I see a lot of them posted. I'm gonna see if more people post them, or if they just kind of get bought up by somebody, and nobody really won, or nobody really buys these 77 to 80 Cataclysm greens on my server, which I'm buying them for less than 50 gold, and I sell them for 245 gold, and they sell all day long, like easy. Are these the ones I have so many of? Yeah. I have 14 of these already, so I probably don't need to buy any more. Well, no. Those are Winstrel. They're all different. I'm still not going to buy those. Okay, oh, I'm sorry. What I was saying was nobody actually buys the ones for cheap. So what I do is I buy all of the ones under 50 gold, and I post them for 245 gold. And I have so many posted now that I'm like I dominate the market. So if anybody wants to buy them, they have to buy them from me. Now, I mean, obviously, if there was one for 40 gold, they would buy that one before they buy mine. But since I have so many, I'll just keep reposting them and repost them until they sell. So yeah, I kind of worded that funny, but I'll show you how many I have in just a second. Sometimes I'll spend a little bit more than 50 gold. That's been in there since yesterday. Okay, so, well, actually, I probably don't have that much in there now. So there's my little section. They all list for 245. So they've been selling so fast, I can't really keep a stock of them. And people are starting to get kind of wise to it and post them for like 200, but they can't post all of them. And I can post all of them because I keep, like I said, I keep buying them. Yeah, do you have the add-on auctionator? If everybody started putting them on for 200, then if I saw a problem in selling them for 200 or for 245 rather, then I would, obviously try to lower my prices or buy them out one. But with the 77 to 80 kata items, these are just like individual sellers. scrolling down through here, yeah, this guy right here, 199.99.7. That's probably one person posting all those, but that's not a threat to me. I think I have an upper edge of buying these because I buy them every hour usually through the remote auction house app, because I get an email telling me which ones are listed in there for cheap, and I buy them. So if I did see a problem in them selling, I would just obviously try to lower my prices or see what was going on. But I'm not having a problem selling them right now. So like just now in 24 hours, I made 4,500 gold selling these. So that's anything but a problem in my eyes. But as I was saying, if there was a problem, I could always drop my price. I can undercut that guy, buy out his stock maybe, and even undercut him. But I'm not worried about one other person doing this on the level he's doing it, because I feel I have more than he does. Yeah, these greens sell really fast, and the reason they sell is because people are doing Scroll of Resurrection. So the highest item level you could have before Cataclysm was like 220 or something like that, and that's like purples. So when they do the scroll and they come back as level 80, they can buy these 283 level item level gear and absolutely, you know, dominate all the purples that they had before. And 200 gold really isn't that much, right, for that big of an item level boost, because you need a large item level boost to do certain dungeons, like Cat of Heroics. I think you need 270 something. Yeah, it gives you level 80 gear, but let's see, do I have? Oh, I don't have any on this character. This isn't level 80 yet, but it's not item level 272 or higher. It's like I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what it is, but basically the majority of the sales though come from people doing a scroll to get back in the game, in the grind. And other than that, I mean, if that's not why they're buying them, which really it has to be why they're buying them. I don't see why else they would buy them, but if it wasn't, they're still selling, so I really don't care. It's okay, it's 232, yeah. So for the, you know, less than 2,000 gold, which, I mean, yeah, that is kind of a lot of money, but that's a huge item level boost going from 232 to 270. So we're just going to post these, we're going to sort them real quick. And I think, personally, I think these 77 to 80 categories will sell out throughout the first month or so in Mist, maybe even more, because once Mist comes out, people are going to be telling their friends, oh dude, you got to get Mist, you know, I can scroll you, you can get a free level 80, then all you got to do is buy the game, blah blah blah. And I think a lot of people are going to come back and continue buying these. Yeah, they do get replaced with Quest. Oh, I remember somebody was saying that these items sell because of like level 80 PvPers, twink PvPers. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I heard that. I mean, it's definitely worth a try. I mean, if you want to start out small and maybe buy them that are under 30 gold and try to sell them for 250 or something like that, you just really need to look. If you have Auctionator, sorry, and you do this little, it's like, kind of like a regular expression, armor /77/80/I level 272. I just pasted it in the chat. If you do that under the buy tab, it will come up with all the items that fall under that. So a couple things you don't want to buy. The add-on name, Auctionator. A couple things you don't want to buy are things like held on the offhand and rings. No rings, no necklaces, none of that stuff. Some people do weapons. I don't do weapons, mainly because the listing them is too much money. See, somebody's taking care of that market. The same guy that's doing the other one that lists for the ending in 7 copper, he's doing the weapons. Which, that's fine, he can keep that market. I mean, a 48-hour deposit on some of these are like 10 and 12 gold. I'm not into that. So, yeah, just don't go in. I mean, if there's like 50 or 100 items for under 50 gold, don't go try to buy them all. But, I mean, you just kind of have to feel the market out. I'm not on your server, so I don't know exactly what stuff is selling for. I don't want you to like go in there and buy a lot of stuff and get upside down in your profits and stuff like that. But if you go on there and look and see if, you know, there might be somebody dominating this. It's a fairly well-known gold making technique. I don't know who made it up or who found out about it. I found out about it through Jim Youngkin. He runs Power Word Gold. He's a live streamer too. He's done it, made a ton of gold, and I kind of picked up on it and I started making gold. Oh, that's a good question. The easiest way to things that sell high. Here's something I do, and that's with the Auctioneer add-ons the same way. You click Browse, and you go up here to the top, and this right here does a Get All scan of the auction house. Now, I know Trade Skill Master does this too, which I have, but I like to do it through Auctionator because I like the way it it shows the way it displays the data rather. Why am I called Yoda? Well, I mean, the cool thing about this whole live stream and blog and gold making stuff is to teach people. It's not for me to get on here and say, you know, hey, look at all this gold I'm making, nana nana boo boo. I want to, you know, kind of spread. Anybody that's interested in the same stuff I'm interested in, I want to try to teach, you know, what I know. So that's why I live stream, and that's why I kind of blog. I should blog more than I do, but the gold making community on WoW is really small, comparatively speaking. As many people that play WoW, I don't believe there's that many that actually pursue like trying to make gold. I mean, everybody tries to make a little bit of gold, but a lot of people don't cash in on techniques and actually try to study the market and figure stuff like this out. So if I can teach you something, if I can teach one person how to make gold, I think that's awesome. This scan takes like 5 minutes, by the way, so kind of bear with me. Programmer? Yeah, actually I am a programmer. That's a good guess, or I said it. No, you're not being a pain at all. Okay, let me see if I can pull up. Okay, so let me see. So I use a curse. I guess I could probably make a list of the add-ons I have. And it's been so, I'm not sure, it's been, let me think how to say this. I've used these add-ons for so long, I don't know which add-ons actually do what. So, essential add-ons for gold making are going to be like Auctioneer, Auctionator, I'm not sure what Auction Profit Master is, but it looks like a good one. And Trade Skill Master and all the dependencies. So if you search for Trade Skill Master under Curse, you can download all these different dependencies for it, like warehousing, shopping, blah blah blah. Trade Skill Master is a beast in itself. It's not hard to set up, but it's tricky. But there are gods. Fade has a god. She's the gold maker. I think you can find her at what is the name of her blog? Fade. I'll have to find her blog and post it. She has an awesome video series on Trade Skill Master and how to use it. Auctioneer is pretty kind of straightforward. So if you installed it and it didn't come up here, I mean, I'm assuming you're making sure the add-on loaded and stuff like that. Trying to kind of think through my head why it might not be working for you. Because I want to say it's... Oh, it's Auctioneer for that one. Okay, so you need Auctioneer as well as Auctionator. And I just posted that in the chat. So yeah, this Auctioneer is the one that's doing the scan up here. Auctionator is the one where you can like come to the buy tab and search for like the categories, and you can set all kinds of shopping lists up too. If you do a Google search for Auctionator shopping list, you'll get shopping lists similar to this that show, like, for instance, the 77 to 80 categories. A lot of different transmog stuff here too. Okay, so my scan finished. So this is a technique I really haven't seen a lot of other gold makers use. So I've done the Auctionator scan, and now I'm going to click search down here at the bottom. The easiest thing you can possibly do to make gold in this game is do that, and then click this that says vendor right here, and just hit search. And now this is really not that impressive this time, but sometimes you can make, I don't want to say ridiculous amounts of gold, but sometimes you can make like 20 or 30 gold just by doing this. This is stuff people list in the auction house for less than you can sell it to the vendor for. So I could buy this for 2 gold, 90 silver, and sell it for 3 gold, make 10 silver. I'm not really interested in making 10 silver. That's more effort than it is. You know, even though it is, 10 silver for free, a lot of people could argue. Usually, if it's a gold, I'll buy it and go resell it. Yeah, like that's why I'm kind of giving this pointer. I mean, you can go in here and just model 3 of these and make 20 or 16 silver, 16 copper, just like with no effort. So if you do that 4 or 5 times a day, do a full scan and then check that, that's always a good way to make easy money. And here's the other scan I do. If you click resell and click search, this is quite a bit more involved. I don't want to say it's hard, but I do a resell scan. So, I guess I should explain this first. So when I did the browse and did a get all scan, what's happening is Auctioneer rather, that's scanning, is compiling a database of how much each item sells for. So for instance, Frostweave cloth right here, I want to make sure you can see this. Yeah, you should be able to see that. The bottom window right here, I can't mouse over it, but right where you see it says market price and then seen 92,709. That's how many when I've scanned Auctioneer, that's how many times it's seen Frostweave cloths on the auction house. And out of all those times, it's seen that it sells for 2 gold, 91 silver average. So that's a database that's stored locally on my computer. Now, knowing that, after you do a couple of scans, and I want to say really more than a couple, You should, before you ever do what I'm about to show you, you should scan the auction house about 2 or 3 times a day for about a week, maybe even 2 weeks, because you can get false positives like really easy about doing this. So for instance, this right here, Robes of Insight. This is like one of the most sought after cloth transmogging items. From what I understand, it's like a Star Wars looking robe. I'm not sure on that. I just know it sells for a lot of money. So according to my auctioneer, it's seen 39 of these that sell for an average 14,000 gold. And that's where you kind of have to take this with a grain of salt. Auctioneer isn't sure if the item sold. It knows they were listed for that much, but it's not sure if anybody actually bought them. So before you run in here and buy this for 1,500 gold, you have to realize that, yeah, sure, it might sell for 15,000, but you might have to list this thing for 2 months, like every day, or every other day, every 48 hours, list it for 2 months, and it might sell. Now, I'm fairly sure Robes of Insight on my server will sell for more than 1,500 gold. So there's one listed for 1,500, one listed for 6,000, and one listed for 35,000. And now it kind of comes to the point: do I want to spend 1,500 gold to list this and try to sell it? And the answer for me is absolutely. I will buy this, because I'm pretty sure that I had one before that I sold for 10,000 gold on here. So yes, I will take that. So let me show you an instance where this isn't good. That's a good one. That's a really good deal. Okay, here we go. Dusk woven gloves of the owl. It says auctioneer has seen 11, go for an average 733 gold. It's listed right now for 14 gold. Unless that's part of a transmog set I'm unaware of, that will never sell for 700 gold. So that's when you do this, you have to kind of play it out, feel the market out. I mean, obviously, if you're short on money and you're trying to make money, you don't want to come in here and buy an Azure Whelpling, however you say it, Whelpling for 8,000 gold, thinking you're going to sell it for 18,000. Yeah, it might sell, but at the same time, it might not. You're going to be sitting on that for quite a while. That's not a super good deal, even though it is at, technically, auctioneer sees it at the most profit. So it's kind of one of those things you have to fill out. This is definitely something you can come in here and look at. And at the same time, don't be scared to buy stuff, but I will never spend like 4,000 gold, on something that can only make me 4,000 gold. That's a lot of risk for not that much reward. Now, if I could spend 4,000, it could make me 40,000. I'll probably consider it, but that might sell to somebody. But I just don't dabble in that market personally. Yeah, I want gold quick, and I don't want to put up a lot of capital to make a lot of gold at the same time. So. And I'm also banking on the fact that I'm probably going to have to list this stuff 5, 10, 20, 50 times before it ever sells. And for instance, if you buy like this pretty cool looking axe right here, it's a 21 gold 48-hour deposit. It's a level 3 item, level 378, level 85. This stuff is going to be next to worthless come Tuesday. I mean, you'll be able to get greens that are almost as good as actually, you will be able to get greens that are as good as this. So even if this were 1,000 gold, I probably wouldn't buy it, because I have this right here, this Ranseur of the Hatred. I bought it for 1,000 gold. Auctioneer says it's worth 8,200. I've listed it 3 times now for 7,000 and then 2 for 5,000, and it hasn't sold. So I'm probably going to list it in a minute for like 2,500 gold because I want to sell it before Mist comes out. Oh yeah, the top window is Trade Skill Master, which is another program that will probably do all the stuff I'm trying to do with these other programs in one. Trade Skill Master is a much, like I said, much more. There's much more to it, and it's really something that I don't want to say I'm not going to try to explain. I'm not going to try to explain it right now. But the top window is Trade Skill Master's price, and the bottom window is Auctioneer's price. So, I've been doing an Auctioneer scan for a lot longer than I have been doing a Trade Skill Master scan. So, I will try to remember to post on my website or maybe on Twitter a link to Fade's videos on how to use Trade Skill Master. Jim might have videos too. I know his guide, if you go to powerwordgold.net, I know his guide that you can buy. I think it's like $5. Totally worth it. I think it tells you how to use Trade Skill Master in there too. I mean, there's so much you can do with Trade Skill Master. It's absolutely insane. Like back when I first started using Auction House in vanilla, I mean, all this stuff was the manual. I would go to browse. I would go to like recipe. I would go to leatherworking. I would search. I would sort by price. This percentage thing, it wouldn't be there. So this, I would say, oh, Swift boots. Is that a good deal? Search for Swift boots. See how many are listed. If I think it's a good deal, buy it. It's kind of like a crapshoot. Now everything's so much easier with all these different add-ons, and it's just awesome. So I know I probably didn't do an extremely good job explaining this. I'm still trying to get used to thinking and talking at the same time on stream. So hopefully I explained it well enough. If all else fails, there's other tools you can use online too, like the underminejournal.com. That website is like an aggregator of all the it basically does what Auctioneer does on a website. It scans the auction house and finds, how much it's going for across realms and stuff like that. So you can always kind of double check your prices on there before you buy it if you're not sure. I mean, if you're ever going to spend a lot of money on something, do your research. Don't just buy it on a whim. And you can always almost make a lot of money. Like, that's an extremely good find right there too. It's 75 gold for a not that good jewel crafting cut. But you have to understand, people collect designs. Like, they want to have every cut in the game. It's something good to advertise when you're trying to make money with jewel crafting. Maxed out jewel crafter. I have every pattern in the game. So a lot of people will buy that for more than 75 gold, and that's recipes and patterns are something I'm willing to list a lot because the deposit on them is really cheap. So I've made a ton of money listing recipes, patterns, designs, schematics, all that kind of stuff. And here's another one. Did I just buy that one? No. Twilight Opal. Sovereign Twilight Opal. Edge Twilight Opal. Now here's something else too. Yeah, okay, you cannot buy this from a vendor. That's one thing to look for. If you see on that second window at the bottom, it says item level 80, and then it says buy from vendor, and it says 0. That means you cannot buy this from a vendor. Now you have to be careful because a lot of patterns you can buy from a vendor, and it's only like one vendor you can buy it from. And you might be able to buy it for 10 silver. And even though it's only 75 gold, you still want to make sure that you're not buying something for more than you should. So I'm a sucker when it comes to recipes and stuff like that. So here's another one too. This is weird that there's so many of these. Who's selling this? I want to search by that person's name. RENESME. Not sure why they're selling these for so cheap. Whatever. Oh yeah, the categories. So what I always do, so what you should probably do is go into here and do manage shopping list. Create a new one. I'll just kind of do this kind of garbage. I'll just put 77 to 80 category. I'll just name mine something silly. And if you go to edit, this is where you can put this part in. You want to put armor /77 /80 /I272. Just like that. And then click save. And then OK. And then come to the list right here and do ASDF or whatever you named it. Click it. And it'll automatically start searching for that. So you just want to make sure, and then it's, for some reason mine sorts the highest price first. Just click that again. And then usually personally I buy stuff for 50 gold, but you just have to be careful. Kind of just play it by ear. Make sure there's not somebody selling a bunch of them for a lot. Or if there is somebody selling a, like you know, like myself. Let's see if I can find a good example. This person right here, pretty smart person. I'm selling it for 245. They undercut me by 25 silver. Now that's perfectly fine by me. There's probably just one person that found this while questing or farming. So they just decided they're going to undercut me by 25 silver. I mean, that's totally fine with me. I'm not trying to get in the way of other people trying to make a little bit of gold. But this is just one market on this server that I want to take control of. So I try to sell as much as I can. The quickest way to check what item? Each individual item. Oh, well, right here, these are items that everybody else is selling. Now, the items that I have selling, oh yeah, to see what you should sell it at, yeah, absolutely. So okay, so the question is, if I want to make sure I understand this right. So, for instance, say I wanted to buy this Tsunami Boots of the Wave Crest for 30 gold, and you want to see what the max price is. If there are no other ones selling, this will say available 1. I can't put my mouse over it because the stupid pop-up comes up. But right here it says, see how it's 7 available? That means there's 7 other ones. So if you click it once, you can see what those are selling for. If this was just one here for 29 gold, by default try to sell it for like 250 gold and see if that works. Now another like caveat to doing this is, if you're going to do it, you have to like kind of stay active in doing it. Just one of these items isn't going to sell like instantly. So the more you have, the easier they'll sell. Well, not easier, but the more it'll seem like they're selling, I guess. So basically, the more you list, the more that'll sell. Of course, you could list this one and it could sell the next day, but so obviously, if there's 7 available and you come in here, I mean, to be the next cheapest, you'd have to buy 5. I mean, that's 150 gold. So that's kind of putting a lot of effort, hoping something will sell. That's why I'm not really messing with this one, because I would have to buy all of these, which would be 7. And then I hope I can sell them for 250 gold. And on top of that, this boot really isn't that good. It's stamina, intellect, mastery, and spirit. And it's male, so I don't even know who would use that. Maybe do warlocks wear male? See, I don't even know off the top of my head who would wear that. So obviously this isn't even a good suffix for the male boot. That's why there's so many in there for cheap, because nobody's buying them. They're not that good. Yeah, maybe a shaman, maybe. So either way, from what I can tell, obviously it's not that good. There aren't that many shamans in the game anyways, so maybe that's why it's not selling. So maybe that is who uses a shaman. So and like I said, these rings and stuff that you hold in the offhand is just trash to begin with. I have a shopping list set up for mounts I got from somebody. It's actually pets and mounts. I'm gonna try after I go offline here in a minute to post my shopping list and add-ons on a page on my blog. That way I can link that, show everybody what shopping list I'm using and what add-ons I use. So this is my pets and mounts. I literally just copied this list from somebody. I don't even know where. The blog site is listed at the top of the live stream there, datgold.com. So these are pets and mounts. I don't really do too much in this market because it's really expensive to get into. Like some of these mounts are. Some of these pets, first off, are, let's see. There's one. I actually sold one of these the other day. Nope, it wasn't that one. It was the cat carrier, Black Tabby. I sold it for 10,000 gold, and I bought it for 3. So I guess I do dabble in it a little bit, but you can really, like for instance, this right here you could buy from a vendor for 25 silver, and somebody's trying to sell it for 175 gold, which they'll probably get for it. No, I'm sorry, you can't buy that one. This one you can though. It's not showing where. You can buy this though. If you search on Wowhead for this, you can buy this from a vendor for like not much. And I'm selling one right now too, and you can sell this for quite a bit of gold. And it's not that necessarily that you're trying to rip people off, but a lot of people are just lazy. They don't want to go get this one vendor that sells this, and they'd have to fly or travel to wherever this vendor is to buy that. And a lot of people, it's worth paying 100 gold for that pet, because you know achievement seekers and what have you. So there's a lot of that you can do too. So for now though, I think that's going to conclude the stream. I want to try to keep these around an hour, but I think I ran a little bit over. But we had a lot of good questions from Minstrual. I guess I'm saying that right. Minstrual. Yeah, it's 110 Minstrual. Minstrel. Okay, all right. Minstrel. Okay, that's pretty funny. So yeah, it's 1:10 a.m. Australian time. It is 11 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, awesome. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Of course, always you can follow me on Twitter. It's listed below if you click info. Twitter.com/datgoldweb. You can check me out on datgold.com, on YouTube, user datgold, and on twitch.tv 404, which is probably where you're watching it now, or either on YouTube. So check those out. After this, I'm going to post my add-ons and shopping list on my blog. That way, anybody interested in looking up that kind of stuff can go check that out. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll be back on tonight, probably around 9 or 10 Eastern p.m., which is about 10 or 11 hours from now. So yeah, I'll be back on later to do my evening gold routine. We'll see what's sold for today, and maybe try some other stuff out as far as gold making goes. But thanks for watching, guys. See you later.